Welcome back, everybody, to Robots versus Humans. And as you saw by the title and thumbnail, today I'm going to be talking about all the secret exclusive weapons in the game, or well, at least the ones that we have so far. Because right now we only have 4, but I think it's safe to assume that we're going to get more in the future. But I'm going to talk about all these exclusive weapons that we have in the game so far, and I'm going to talk about their use cases and how to get them and all that good stuff. So yeah. Well, let's jump straight into it. The first weapon that we have on our list is the gift launcher. And the gift launcher is a weapon that you get during the nuclear winter event, which I believe comes back every year. Don't quote me on that, because the game only released like a couple of weeks ago, so I wouldn't know if it does come back every year or not, but from what I've seen, at least, it does come back every year. So if you don't get the weapon during this event, you can always get it during the next one. You know, you just gotta wait quite a long time. But anyways, the gift launcher is a weapon from the nuclear winter event, and all you gotta do to unlock it is just click the snowflake button at the bottom left of your in-game screen, and it will open up like a little menu where you can see the gift launcher item. And you'll be able to buy it for either $50,000 or you can get 2,500 assists and get it for free. And yeah, this weapon, in my opinion, is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like S tier. I wouldn't say it's OP or anything like that. Back when I didn't have the weapon, I thought it might be like low S tier or something, but now that I do have it, I think it's honestly like solidly in A tier, you know? It's like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 weapon, you know, it's pretty good. Basically, what the weapon does is, when you equip it, you can lob projectiles towards the zombies. They take like a curved path, they're affected by gravity and everything, and if the projectiles, when the projectiles hit the ground, they explode and obviously they damage any of the robots near the projectile, right? And honestly, the damage that these projectiles do is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like OP or anything, but I think it's they do some pretty decent damage, you know. You can kill the robots in like, I don't know, 4 to 5 hits or something like that, unless they're playing like a super tanky robot, which sounds pretty good, you know. Killing robots in like 4 or 5 hits, that sounds pretty good, right? But the problem with the gift launcher is that it shoots incredibly slow for this game, right? It shoots pretty damn slow, right? And that's like the main drawback of the weapon, I guess. So for me personally, the best way to use this weapon that I have found so far is to stand back and, maybe get on top of a building or get in some safe space, get in the higher ground, you know, get somewhere where robots can't reach you, and then you can just lob the bombs from the gift launcher weapon onto the robots. And, just shoot them from a safe distance where they can't reach you. Because if they do reach you, and if they're near you, as I said, the gift launcher shoots pretty damn slow. So, if a robot is near you, they are probably gonna be able to blow up before you can kill them. And, you're toast from there. You're toast from there, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, overall, I think the gift launcher is a pretty decent weapon. Again, its main drawback, it does pretty decent damage. It has good range and all that. It has splash damage, so if your aim is trash like mine, you can absolutely use it and get some practice, I guess, with it. So yeah, it's overall pretty decent. Again, the only drawback is that it shoots slow, but if you can lob projectiles, if you can just shoot the zombies from a safe distance, then you'll be okay using this weapon. So I would put it in like mid A tier, I would say, like solidly in the middle of A tier. And now, the next weapon that we have to talk about is the other weapon from the nuclear winter event. And that weapon is the ice shurikens. And in my opinion, ice shurikens are a little bit better than the rocket launcher. The thing about them is they take a little bit more skill to use, because even though they fly pretty straight when you throw them and they have pretty good range, the thing about the ice shurikens or snowflakes or whatever you want to call them is that you only shoot one of them at a time, right? And it doesn't have any splash damage or anything like that. So you have to be pretty precise with how you hit robots. However, if you are precise and you can hit robots consistently, then this weapon will do quite a good amount of damage. Honestly, it will do quite a good amount of damage. And on top of that, if you hit the zombies multiple times or enough times, I guess I'm not exactly sure how many times it is. It might even depend on the robot. But if you hit the robot that you're shooting enough times, then it will freeze into a big ass ice block, and it'll be frozen, and you're free to either run away from the robot or continue shooting it with another weapon, or whatever you want, basically. My favorite way to use the ice shurikens is to just throw them at the enemy, freeze the enemy, and then, if I can, I will run in with the mace and smack the enemy with the mace so that I can deal some huge damage. And maybe I'll finish him off with like a flamethrower or something. But I only do that if the robot has not yet fused before, blown their fuse right before I froze them. Because if they activated their fuse before they were frozen, then there's a high chance they will explode by the time I can swing my mace to hit them, and then obviously they'll kill me too, because mace is a melee weapon. So yeah, I only really do this kind of stuff if if the robot has not yet activated their fuse by the time that they got frozen. And yeah, the ice shurikens are another weapon from the nuclear winter event, as I said, and you can unlock them by also clicking the snowflake icon at the bottom left corner of your screen. And you'll be able to see the quest to get it, which is to either kill 200 humans as a robot, or if you don't want to do all that, you can just pay $70,000 and unlock the weapon. Overall, its cost efficiency is pretty decent. It only costs like a little over $30,000 to max out, I believe. And when you max it out, you are gonna have like a bunch of ammo for the shurikens. We're gonna have like 256 shurikens per game, which is a lot. Like it's pretty hard to run out of ice shurikens once you have their capacity maxed out. But yeah, once you max them out, you'll have a bunch of them per game. You will do a bunch of damage. You'll be able to throw them fast, and yeah, they're pretty good once they're maxed out. And while we're on the topic of maxing out, actually, the one thing that I want to mention about the gift launcher as well, which is the previous weapon that we talked about, is that it's another thing that I want to say about the gift launcher is that it's another one of its drawbacks is the fact that it's just pretty expensive to upgrade. Now, we don't exactly have an exact figure on how much it costs to upgrade, but I do know that it costs like at least double what the shurikens do, right? So even though it's a pretty good weapon, again, it's expensive. So that's one thing to keep in mind between the ice shurikens and the gift launchers. So if you're debating which one to buy, I would personally suggest you should probably buy the ice shurikens, because even though they take more even though they take more skill to use and you got to be precise with them, they can do a lot more damage, and they're a lot cheaper to max out if you train your aim and you become good with them, as opposed to the rocket launcher, which is kind of good all around, kind of decent, and has splash damage for the easier aiming. But anyways, the next weapon that we have on our list is the sword. And the sword is our first non-event weapon on this list, right? And the way that you can get the sword is by either buying the cheapskate pack, which right now costs 80 Robux, I believe, so it's super, super cheap, right? And the cheapskate pack appears once you reach level 20 in the game, and when you buy it, you'll get a bunch of stuff, but among those things are the mace weapon and the sword weapon. And if you don't have 80 Robux or just don't want to spend money on this game, you can also find the sword weapon through a secret method within the game. And that method is to go in the ravine map and go to this wall that I'm showing right here on the screen. And basically what you want to do is just camp next to that wall. And constantly throughout the game, throughout the night, right when the night falls, you can only enter the wall when the night falls, by the way. Like when the robots start appearing and all that, you cannot enter during the building phase. But once the night falls, if you're human, you should just camp next to that wall and just try to walk into it, and eventually you'll be able to just enter. Now, I'm not exactly sure under what condition the wall opens. I'm not sure if you have to be like a certain level in order to get inside, or if there has to be a certain amount of humans for you to get inside, or if a certain amount of time has to pass for you to get inside. from all accounts that I've seen of people getting this weapon, it was like random for everyone. You know, they were just able to enter the wall at a random time and grab the sword. Yeah, you do have to keep in mind the fact that only one person per game is able to get that sword inside of that secret wall. So if you really, really want to get it, you just have to camp next to that wall, and you have to be a human to pick up the sword, by the way. You have to be in the human team. You cannot be a robot. So you just have to camp next to that wall, and, you know, as soon as it opens, just rush in and get the sword, because if you don't get it, then someone else can, and... you know, once they get it, you can't get it anymore because it's only one person per game that's allowed to get it. And honestly, I think the sword is probably one of the most underwhelming, or in fact, it's not even one of the most. It's just straight up the most underwhelming secret weapon in the entire game for me. You know, it's not like terrible. It has its uses, right? But I just find it way too risky to use, and the payoff is like really not that significant. Again, like the sword can like kill pretty much every robot, unless again they're super tanky. It can kill pretty much every robot in like 4 or 5 hits, right? 3, 4, maybe sometimes 5 hits. And yeah, once it's maxed out, it also applies burn effect to the robots, and it can like stun them and knock them back a little bit. So you know, if you hit a robot with a sword and they're about to explode, you have like a little bit of time to run away. And in my opinion, the sword is probably the best used as like a panic weapon. You know, before you use the sword, you should probably use some long-ranged weapon like the crossbow, or the flamethrower, or the gift launcher, or the ray gun, or whatever long-range weapon you have, basically. And then once the robot comes close to you, and you know, is about to explode, you can use your panic weapon, and aka the sword, and you can just smack them in the face a couple of times until they die. But the reason I find this weapon so underwhelming is the fact that it's just pretty hard to use. Like, I think its hitbox is a little bit small, and so it gets pretty hard to hit the robots with it, you know? Like, pretty much, unless the robots are just, like, straight up running towards you and, like, not jumping or zigzagging or anything, it gets pretty hard to hit the robots with your sword, right? And then on top of that, you can only hit one robot per swing. So, you know, if you're getting swarmed or overwhelmed, then the sword won't really help you all that much, I suppose. The only real good things about the sword, I guess, the only like real things that it excels at is being cheap, first of all, to upgrade. Because if you want to upgrade the sword, you just need like a couple $1,000s to upgrade it. Like, I think it's like less than 10K, right? You need like, I don't know, 8K maybe to max it out or something, maybe even less than that. But the point is, it's super, super cheap as far as weapons go. And, you know, you get some pretty good utility for its value. And the other perk of it is that you can use it at level 0. Because recently, there was a thing introduced to the game, a feature which makes it so that you can't use all your secret weapons, you know, from level 0. You have to be like level 20 to use the Mace, you have to be level 25 to use the shurikens, and you have to be level 40 to use the gift launcher. So, you know, the sword being able to be used at level 0 is pretty good in my opinion, because, you know, you have something to defend yourself with other than the good old rock, you know. But yeah, that's really the only things that I can say are like really, really good about the sword, but otherwise its damage is kind of okay. Its swing rate is kind of okay, you know. It's a pretty risky weapon to use. That's its really its main drawback. Personally, I would probably place the sword in like high B tier maybe, or like mid B tier or something like that, you know. Like the ice shurikens are probably the best weapon that we've discussed so far, you know. They're probably like low S. Then gift launcher is like high A, and then the sword is like mid B tier, right? But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about the sword. And the final weapon that we have to talk about is the Mace. And the Mace is probably the most complicated secret weapon to find. Because again, if you have the money to spare, you can just buy the cheapskate pack for 80 Robux and just, you know, get the Mace and sword outright without having to go through all this secret rigmarole of having to find it or whatever. But if you don't have the Robux, then The way you get the mace is by going on the planes map and locating this wall that I'm showing on the screen right now. Yeah, once you located that wall, you have to make sure that everybody in your server is at least level 20. Now, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I'm not exactly sure if everyone in your server has to be level 20, or just the humans have to be level 20, but I do know that one of those things is true. And once you made sure of that, you can wait for the nightfall, and once the night falls, you'll be able to, you'll need to wait 3 minutes before jumping down into that wall. And once 3 minutes has passed after the night falls, you'll be able to jump into the wall, and you'll be able to like pass through it, and you'll enter a little secret cave. And inside the secret cave, there will be like a little lava parkour thing where you have to like jump over lava. And then at the end of that, there will be 2 panels on either side of the room, and those 2 panels will have 6 red buttons. And on each panel, you have to enter a secret code. And these secret codes are completely random. There are no hints given as to what they are. You just kind of have to like randomly mash the buttons on each keypad and, solve them one by one, right? And you'll know you'll solve them if they turn green. Once all the buttons turn green, that means you solved one of the keypads. And again, as I said, all the buttons on each keypad are originally red, and once you click them, they become yellow. And they stay yellow until you click them again, obviously. And you just have to guess what pattern you have to input into each keypad in order to complete a puzzle. And then once you completed both of those puzzles, then the wall in front of you will open, and you'll be presented with a mace, and you can grab the mace. And again, just like with the sword, if you want to grab the mace, you have to be on the human team, and you have to be a survivor still. And again, only one person can get the mace per game. So if someone else already got it, then you can get it. But anyways, in my opinion, the mace is probably the most fun exclusive weapon in the game. And I know that my gameplay that you've been seeing in the background with all these exclusive weapons has been kind of dookie cheeks. Listen, bro, I swear on everything I love that I'm not usually this bad at the game, okay? I'm not usually this bad at using all these exclusive weapons, but like, something has gotten into me today, bro. I know, I just be dying left and right. But anyways, the point is, even though I'm kind of bad with the mace, I still personally think it's probably the most fun exclusive weapon in the game. Maybe the ice shurikens are a competitor, but in my opinion, it's probably the mace that's the most fun. If you're in the robot team, obviously, and you get smacked with a mace, it can be very, very, very annoying. But if you're on the human team, man, there's nothing more fun than smacking a robot in the face with a mace and having them be launched like 300 meters away from you into the void, and just straight up getting killed. Anyways, the mace is a weapon that's honestly pretty hard to upgrade. It costs like, I'm not exactly sure how much it costs, but I know it costs like $60,000 to $80,000 to max out or something like that, right? So it's pretty damn expensive, but in my opinion, it's worth it. It's a weapon that you swing really, really slowly, but if you manage to hit a robot with it, then that robot will be flung like really, really far away, especially if your mace is maxed out. Like, you can fling robots in the void, you can fling them far away from you so that they waste their fuse and they don't explode to you and they don't kill anyone or damage anything. And it's overall just a really, really fun weapon. And again, just like with the sword, this weapon is the best used as a panic tool. Like, usually you should probably be using your ranged weapons first. Don't charge head in with a sword or a mace. But you should probably be using your ranged weapons first, and then you can use your melee weapons as panic tools. In my opinion, the reason that the mace is more fun to use than the sword is because it has a way, 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 way bigger knockback, right? It works way better as a panic tool, and in my opinion, it's a melee weapon done right. Because getting close to an enemy with a mace is actually rewarding, and hitting your shots is actually rewarding, and you don't get punished for hitting a robot with a mace, right? If you hit them with a mace, you actually get rewarded by the robot being knocked fucking 50 meters away from you and basically not being a threat anymore. So for that reason, even though the Mace swings really slowly and all that stuff, I still think it's probably the most fun exclusive weapon in the game to use. Because again, just getting robots really far away from you, or knocking them into a lake or whatever, is really fun. And it also has a bigger hitbox on the sword, so it's a little bit easier to use. But yeah, that's pretty much how you use all of the exclusive weapons in the game. That's pretty much it. I enjoyed talking about all these exclusive weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me rant about them. And if this is somehow your first video that you're seeing about robots versus humans, or if this is the first time you heard of robots versus humans, I highly suggest you check the game out in the description below. And yeah, I hope you get all these exclusive weapons for yourself, because honestly, all of them are pretty fun. Including the sword, which I said is the most underwhelming, but even the sword is like pretty damn fun. As far as the mace goes, I think I'll probably put it again in like high A tier. I don't think it's the most practical weapon to use, but it sure as hell is really fun. But yeah, that's all I got to say about all these exclusive weapons. I hope you guys are going to play the game. I hope you guys are going to get these weapons for yourself. And then the next video, I'm probably going to be reviewing all the Game Pass armors in the game. So like the King armor, the VIP armor, the Super VIP armor, the Ultra VIP armor, and the Obsidian armor. But first of all, since I'm broke, I'm going to have to grind out all these armors through the prestige mechanic in the game. Once I grind them out over the course of the next week or so, I'll make a video on them too, reviewing them. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. See you later, guys. Goodbye.